Am I the a-hole for refusing to work on my relationship with my dad because I won't ever respect his marriage to his affair partner or want them around me? I've been sitting on this for a while. It's heavy, it's complicated, and I know emotions run high when it comes to stuff like this. But I need an outside perspective, maybe clarity, maybe closure. So here goes. I, 23, come from what used to be a really happy family. Or, at least, it felt that way before everything crumbled. I have two siblings, one older, now 26, and one younger, now 20. When I was 12, our world got turned completely upside down. That was the year our mom kicked our dad out. We later found out it was because he had been cheating on her, with someone they both knew, someone they considered a family friend. The affair had been going on for at least 2 years before the truth finally came out. My mom held it together as long as she could before finally saying enough was enough. It didn't take long to connect the dots. Dad didn't move into a sad apartment or back in with his parents. He moved straight in with her. And barely a year later, they got married. There was no confusion. No, maybe they're just roommates. They were together, and it had clearly been going on for a long time. Despite everything, we were still forced to go to his house for court-ordered visitation. That went on until each of us turned 17 and could legally say no. So, for 5 years, I was made to sit at their table and pretend like things were okay. They weren't. My dad tried, I'll give him that. He made these desperate attempts to act like the cool dad again. He apologized for how things might have hurt us, but never took full responsibility for what he did to our family. He constantly tried to get us to like the AP, his now wife, but none of us were having it. She tried too, but it was painfully performative. Fake smiles. Forced kindness. That overly sweet tone people use when they're trying to convince you they're a good person deep down. But I wasn't buying it. One day when I was around 14, I just had enough. I told her flat out, "You'll never be anything to me but the woman who slept with a married man and helped destroy our family. I will never respect you. I will never respect your marriage. You're not some tragic love story. You're the reason 3 kids lost their dad." She didn't try again after that. And honestly, I think she finally realized I meant every word. We each handled it differently. My older sibling went low contact, not completely cutting him off but only speaking to him once or twice a year, and only when he reached out first. My younger sibling followed a similar path. As for me, the day I turned 17 and the court couldn't force visitation anymore, I went full no contact. No calls. No texts. I unfriended him on every social platform. At events, I politely declined if he'd be there. I kept it quiet, respectful, but firm. Then a few weeks ago, he showed up at my mom's house out of nowhere. She didn't want to deal with him, so I agreed to speak with him just to get him to go away. It had been years since I'd seen him face to face. He looked older, tired, worn down. He told me he wanted to work on rebuilding our relationship, that he was trying with all of us, but I was the hardest one to reach. I told him there's a reason for that. He tried to play the time card. "It's been over a decade, son. Don't you think it's time to move on?" I told him I had moved on, just not in the way he was hoping. He kept talking, saying he never stopped loving us, that he didn't cheat on us, that he tried to be a good dad, that his choices hurt us, but we needed to look forward now, that I had half-siblings, his kids with his AP, and they didn't even know us, that they were innocent and didn't deserve to be cut off. He asked me to try, said I could take years if I needed to. Just try. And I told him this. Yes, I probably always will love you in some way because you're my dad. But I do not want you or her around me. I don't want to share my milestones with you as a couple. I don't want to deal with what my future children might call her. I don't respect your marriage and I never will. I do not respect either of you because I remember everything. I remember watching our mom cry. I remember feeling like our family had been shattered. I remember the cold silence in the house after you left. You might want a picture-perfect reunion, but that's never going to happen. He asked if I could have a relationship with just him, without her. I told him maybe I could have once. Maybe. If I could believe he'd keep her out of it. But I don't believe that. I think eventually, he'd try to bring her in again. Or expect me to be civil. Or guilt me about his other kids. And I'm not doing that. He left angry, hurt, frustrated. And maybe I get that. But this is the path he carved. Later, my siblings heard from him. He begged them to. But they told him, in plain words, accept the once-a-year call or lose us entirely. Now he's telling other family members I was cruel, that I went too far, that I was heartless for saying I hope his wife and marriage never become part of my life. And now I'm here, wondering, Was I the asshole? Because I didn't say what I said to be cruel. I said it because it's how I feel. Because I spent years trying to bury resentment, to forgive a man who never really apologized. A man who wants a relationship now, but still won't call what he did what it really was. Betrayal. I don't wish him harm. I just don't want them near me. So, am I the a-hole?